What is up, you guys? For today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how to get this neon rainbow inspired look using the Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2, and I haven't used this one in a hot minute on my channel, and I need to start using it more because the color story of this one is beautiful, and I feel like this one's going to be perfect for summer too. There's a lot of blues in here and also a lot of neon pops. And also, if you'd like to see my original review on this palette, I'll have it linked in the description box down below for you. And I gotta say, the look I did in that video was so cool. It was like a dark, kind of like cool tone smoky eye with a lot of color to it. It was seriously so much fun to do. And before we jump into this video and do like the whole shebang shaboom tutorial, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, it is @lethal_kitten. So the first thing that we're going to do is prime our eyelids, and I'm just going to use my favorite, which is the ABH eye primer. Ooh, I'm starting to run out, which is not good. So the palette that we are going to be using today is the Norvina Collection Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2, and I gotta say, I haven't used this palette all that much, and I don't really know why, because the colors in here are really gorgeous. Like, they are like super cool tone. There's a lot of blues in here, and also what I think is really cool about this one is it has some neon pops, and I kind of want to experiment with those ones today. So the first shade that we are going to be going in with is this yellowy green shade called A2. And then using this Sigma, what are you called, an E45, I'm going to be applying it to the crease in the inner third of my eye. And then I'm doing these little circular motions to blend that upwards towards my brow. Ooh, that is actually applying a little bit more yellow than what I expected. I expected it to be more of like a green with like a little hint of yellow than what it's applying. It's still pretty though, and I will say, like, that is a lot of pigment for this type of shade. Because a lot of times, like, these like neon colors, they get really dusty. You know, after you layered up a couple of layers though, I do see a little bit more green to it. Because with the first layer, it definitely looked really yellow. I'm trying to figure out like what kind of look I want to do. I don't know if I want to do like yellow, green, and blue and call it a day, or if I want to add other colors. But I think I want to go in with this pink because it keeps on catching my eye, and it is called D3. And then using this Wet n Wild Bretman Rock blending brush, I don't honestly know what it's called. It's just like the blending brush out of that collection. And I'm going to be applying this shade to the center half of my crease. I am slightly overlapping it with that green. I am definitely crossing my fingers that we don't get like a weird brown in between, because I just realized I didn't apply yellow there, and it's a yellowy green, and green and pink don't mix. So I am hoping that this turns out. But I just want to try something a little bit different today and try to use shades I haven't used before. But so far I think we're in the clear. I see like a little hint of orange right here, so I think we're good. But I guess time will tell. And I am going to build up that pink just a little bit, and then I'm going to slightly bring it inwards towards that yellow. And I am going to overlap the two colors doing these little circular motions, because I want to see if we can get that orange color. But actually I really like that. It's kind of like a corally orange too. I seriously feel like the Norvina collection is one of the most underrated collections, hands down. Like, I don't understand why more people don't talk about it, because it's seriously really nice, and like the shadows, they are so pigmented and they're really easy to work with. Because I know they're pressed pigments, but even with that, like, I don't have any problems with any of them. I just don't understand why more people don't use it or talk about it, but I think it might be because all the bigger palettes, the $60 ones, they all launched right up next to each other, and then there were some collaborations with the normal ABH line. So I feel like this collection just kind of got lost in the mix, which is unfortunate because it is really fun and really good. You know, at first when I applied these shadows, I didn't know if they were going to blend together right or like what was going to happen, but I'm so happy that we applied them. I think they look really cool next to each other. But the next shade that we're going to be going in with is this like blue, but it has like this little hint of purple to it, and it's called C2. Now, using this blending brush from Lavish, I'm going to be applying it in the outer third of my crease, and I'm also using it to round out my outer V. And when applying this shadow, I am going to be smoking it out really far, because we are going to be doing a super dramatic look today. Man, do I love this blue and pink combination. Like, they are like the perfect pair. And this like little hint of purple that they're making, like, that shade is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to build up that blue a little bit in like the crease area of my outer V. You see, when I was planning out this look, I had full intentions of going really dark in the crease and just doing something super dramatic. But I don't know, like, this is kind of reminding me of a neon sunset in a way. Like, I mean, it's not like super crazy neon, but it has like a certain kind of look to it. I don't know, like, I'm really vibing with it. But seriously though, I was not expecting to be this obsessed with this blue. I was like, ooh, she's gonna be a cute little transition of blue, and then we can go in with the other colors. But man, like, it's a gorgeous shadow. And I'm one of those people, like, I am really picky with my blues. And this one is really, really nice. So once we apply that blue shadow and really build it up, you can kind of see things are looking a little bit chunky monkey right now. Like you can see the harsh lines in between the colors, which is something we do not want. We want a really nice blend between them all and have like a really beautiful gradient. So to help me get rid of that chunkiness, the first thing that I'm going to do is take a little bit more pink shadow on that Wet n Wild brush. And I'm going to be applying it right where we initially applied the pink. And then afterwards, I'm doing these little circular motion back and forths between the blue and then that pink. This will help create that really pretty purple. And I'm also going to take a little bit more of that pink on my brush, and then I'm going to bring it in towards that yellow. And this will help create that like peachy orange shade. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit more of that yellowy green and apply it where we initially did, and then slightly overlap it with that pink. And when I'm doing this too, I'm doing little circular motions. Man, I'm just loving how this is turning out so far. It's very neon and it's also just really bright. I think it looks so cool. But off camera, I'm just going to quickly cut my crease and I'm just going to use that ABH eye primer that we used earlier. You could also use concealer, but I just prefer this. So after cutting the crease, you can kind of see we have this harsh line right here and we need to get rid of it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that C2 shade on this Sigma E25. It's like a pinch blending brush. I'm just going to be packing this right on that outer V and making sure that I'm pressing it in, and then afterwards I'm going to flick it inwards to blend it in. So once you have that applied and blended out, now we're going to start working on the lid, and the first shade that we're going to be going in with is one that I haven't used before and I think it looks super cool in the pan. It's called A3 and it's like a lime green yellowy shade, but it has a lot of shimmer to it. And then I'm just going to start packing it on with a damp and flat shader brush, and man, like that's an intense shimmer. Like, I knew it was going to be sparkly, but I did not expect it to be that sparkly. And also, it's just a really unique color. You don't see these types of shades all that much. Because it's kind of like a green, but it has like a little bit of yellow to it, and also the sparkle has a little bit of gold. But I'm just going to be packing this on the outer third of my lid, and then I'm going to slightly overlap it with that blue in the outer V. Since I have that green little accent applied, now we're going to apply a shimmer to the rest of the lid, and I'm thinking of going in with this one called C1. It's kind of like a champagne goldish shade. And then using a different flat shader brush, I'm just going to be applying it to the rest of my lid, and then slightly overlapping it with that green. Seriously feel like this shimmer though would make such a pretty highlight, especially if you're into like those lighter gold ones, because it has like a really pretty glittery look to it, but also kind of has like that wet sheen too. So for liquid liner today, I'm just going to go in with this one from Colourpop. It is the BFF liquid liner in the shade Numero Uno. And then for mascara, I'm just going to go in with this one from the Bretman Rock X Wet n Wild collection. It is called Bad Bitch Lift, and I want to go in with it because it matches my eyeshadow. I actually really like this mascara though. I think it has a really nice pretty look to it, and if you're looking for a really good one from the drugstore and you don't want like a basic mascara, you should definitely try this one. Because it gives you like volume, separation, and a little bit of length. And then for lashes, I'm just going to go in with these ones from ABH. They're in this style fashion, and they're like really long and really fluttery looking. And then for face primer, I'm just going to go in with this one from Milk. It is the Hydrogrip primer. I really like this one. I'm going to do maybe like a pump and a half because I got a big face and I need a lot of primer. And I'm going to first apply it to the center of my face and then bring it outwards. And man, like this feels cooling. So today I do want to experiment a little bit with our base, and I want to try out liquid highlight. I don't know about you guys, but I've never really dipped into it all that much. But I have this one from Becca that I want to try. It is called Ignite, and it's a liquefied light highlighter, and then we're going to go in with shade Acceptance. And this is kind of like a pinky icy shade. And I want to see like how it looks. Ooh, it has like a gel kind of look to it. Oh, that is like liquid metal. Oh, that is really cool. So I'm not too sure if I like mix this in with my foundation or what, but I want to see like what it looks like by itself. Ooh, she's blinding. Like that is a really blinding highlight. Holy shit. And I gotta say, after seeing like this type of glow, I cannot wait to see how it looks with foundation. Because I mean, like, look at that. It's so pretty. And I will say too, it's not sticky or tacky. It has almost like a dry oil kind of feel to it. But it's not oily. Like, it has like a gel-like feel. It's just a really unique feeling product. But I mean, like, look at how it makes my skin look. So I do want to play it a little safe today, and I'm going to mix it in with my Pure foundation. This is the 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie. You guys know, like, this one is my favorite. I'm going to go in with shade LN1. And I'm going to kind of like, I don't know how to explain, but like put a little bit on the side here and then like mix it in. I'm not too sure how to apply liquid highlight. Like, I'm going to tell you guys right now, we are baby driving this completely. Like, I've seen people mix liquid highlight in with their foundation, so I assume that's what you do, or you can just apply it by itself. And I'm just going to take my Morphe sponge and kind of like mix them. Kind of like that. And then I guess let's just go for it. And I'm not too sure if this is going to change the texture of the Pure foundation or like what's going to happen, because I've never mixed anything with it before. But this one's my ride or die, so I'm hoping that it won't do me dirty. It did shear down the coverage a little bit, but it has like this kind of like glow factor to it, but it also looks like my skin. Because like it's giving me glow, but it's not giving me glitter. And that I'm excited for. Because I don't know about you guys, but I do not want my face to have glitter on it unless it is my actual highlight. Like, I don't want it to be like right here in my cheek with glitter. But you know, like so far, like as the first impressions, like right after applying it, I really like how it makes my skin look. Like, I am a matte kind of girl, and you know, I actually kind of like how that looks. But I will say it definitely is not giving me the coverage that I'm used to with this foundation. So do keep that in mind if you do mix it with this. So I don't know if my camera's gonna pick it up or like if you guys can see it fully, but like on my nose, like it is crusty looking and it just looks really cakey. And you can even see it around my nose here. Like it just looks weird. Especially like right here, it just looks like chunky in a way. But like on my cheeks it looks fine. So maybe it's like one of those things you'd only want to apply to your cheeks. But I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Shape Tape. Normally I do my cream contour first, but I want to fix this before it becomes a problem. And then I'm just going to take my Morphe sponge and start blending it outward. I'm hoping by like applying it in the areas that I'm creasy that it will kind of counteract like what's happening right now. Because I don't mind this like combination like here on my cheeks. I think it looks honestly really pretty. But it just looks so cakey around my nose and kind of like around my eyes. But I could have applied too much of the liquid highlight, but I did literally like a third of a pump. I don't know, I'm just not vibing with that combination. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like, here it looks fine. But like right in here, it just looks so chunky. And I don't know if it's the foundation not working with it, or like what it is. And I'm just gonna go in with my Fenty Cream Contour Stick really quick before we get a creasy mess on our face, because I want to powder this stuff super quick. If you have any good recommendations for liquid highlight, please let me know because I would love to experiment with it, but again, I don't really know where to start with it. Because I just recently started getting into cream and liquid products, besides like liquid foundation and concealer. And we need to set this mug before we get any creasing, and I'm just going to go in with this Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And I'm just going to go in with that sponge again. And first I'm going to set underneath my eyes, around my nose, and then in my smile lines. And I know this kind of defeats the purpose of applying a foundation and a liquid highlight together, but I do not want any creasing. And I think I'm going to leave the rest of the face though where I don't necessarily crease without powder and kind of just see what happens because I've never done it before. And then for powder contour today, I'm just going to go in with this Matchmaker blush from Colourpop, and I'm going to go in with this Shayna B Miami blush brush. I'm just going to go around the perimeter of my face. And when I'm applying it, I'm going really lightly since we didn't powder these areas. Because I've never not powdered this area and applied it like a powder product on top. So we're just kind of like experimenting today. So far though, I think it looks pretty good. And I don't have any like chunky bits either. So now we're going to do lips because mine are crusty and we just need to fix them. And I'm just going to go in with this lip crayon from Morphe, and these are really good if you've never tried them. I highly recommend it. And this is in the shade TLC, and I gotta say, if you like the shade of Celebrity Skin from Jeffree Star Cosmetics but you don't like the liquid lipstick formula, you should try this one because the color is identical to it. So once you have that applied, now we're going to start working on the lower lash line, and I don't know if I want to go in with the blue right away, but I kind of want to try out this shade called B2. It's kind of like a purpley blue. And then using this Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush, I'm going to be applying it to the outer half of my lower lash line. And I'm just doing back and forth motions. And then using this tiny little Morphe blending brush out of their Holiday Eye Set, I'm going to be applying D3 to the rest of our lower lash line. I'm also slightly overlapping it with that purple. So for the inner corner highlight, we could use that like champagne goldy shade, but honestly, I wanted to use something a little bit different, and I also want something a little bit more on the yellow side. So I'm actually going to be going in with the Anastasia Dream Glow Kit. Seriously, if you can get your hands on this, I definitely recommend checking it out. Like the highlighters in here are so cool and just super unique, but the color that we are going to be going in with is this yellowy one called Sunshine. Then using this dampened little Moda Brushes pencil brush, I'm going to be packing the shit out of this into my inner corner. Like, I'm really packing it because I want it super, super blinding. And I'm also bringing it underneath the inner tear duct area to open up the eye. But I love this highlighting palette. It is so good. I'm going to be so sad when this one gets discontinued. So normally for the waterline, I usually go in with a white pencil, but today I kind of want to mix it up a little bit. So instead I'm going to go in with this gel liner pencil from Colourpop, and I believe it is in the shade Crossed. So for blush, I want something super bright and super electric, so I'm going to go in with this one from Colourpop. It is from the Sailor Moon collection, and it is called From the Moon. Now do keep in mind, this blush is pigmented. Like if you are not into blush, like look at that. That is literally one dip. So if you're not into blush, do not recommend this one because she is pigmented. But if you like a lot of blush and you like that e-girl look right now, you would love this one. There's a really pretty color to it too. And I'm just stippling it right on my cheekbones. I am also gonna like round it around my eye just because I think it's gonna look super cool with this look. But I will say, I do really like the color of it because it's like a bright pink, but it has like a little hint of purple to it. And last but not least for highlighter today, I'm just going to go back in with that Dream Glow Kit, and I'm thinking I want to go in with this purpley one called Ethereal. And I'm just going to be applying it with this Anastasia highlighting brush. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. You know, on though, it doesn't really look super purple. It definitely almost looks more like a pink. But seriously though, like that glow factor. To me, Ethereal is like the more wearable version of Unicorn in this palette, because don't get me wrong, like I love Unicorn and I love wearing it, but you have to have a certain kind of look for it. Whereas I feel like Ethereal would pair well with anything. But yeah, so here's the finish, like using the Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2, and I gotta say, I really like the look that we got with it today. I would have never expected that I could do this type of look with this palette. It literally blows my mind. Because I don't know if you're this way too, but when I look at this palette, I think of like dark blue smoky eyes, maybe even dark green smoky eyes. I never think of neon rainbow sunsets, and it just kind of makes me want to start playing around more with the neon colors in this palette because they have a really nice formula to them. And also this like yellowy green shimmer shade that we used on the lid, oh my gosh, like I need to use that one as soon as possible in a dark green smoky eye look. I think it would look so cool. But in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this look, and also let me know if you'd like to see more looks using the Norvina collection, because I have all of the palettes and I'm also getting the new one here soon, and I don't know, I really like them, and if you guys would like to see more looks, I'd be happy to film them for you guys. But as always though, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and gave this video a like, and also if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kid. I'll talk to you guys later.